Another beautiful day to learn something new. And today I want us to talk about seasons. The Bible tells us there's a time and season for everything under the sun. Kuna season ya kupanda, kuna season ya kuvuna. There's a season for joy, there's a season for sorrow. There's a season where you're born, there's a season where you die. And so even in your life, in your journey of life, you'll go through several seasons. Zingine zitakuwa poa, zingine zitakuwa mbaya. Good things will happen in some seasons, bad things will happen in other seasons. But at the end of the day, if you want to get to your destiny, if you want to fulfill your purpose on this earth, if you want to become successful in this world, you have to move from one season to another. If you get stuck for too long in one season, mambo itaenda mbaya. Ukiskip season moja, pia mambo itaenda poa. So it's very important to understand the seasons in our lives, because sometimes tuna complain, oh vitu haziwako, oh nimerogwa, oh nyota yangu imeibiwa, oh sijui nini. But what you don't understand is the season you're in, maybe is a season of pain, or there's a season where not so good things are supposed to be happening, but unaona kama hazifai kuwa zinakuhapenia, instead of understanding the reason why you're in that season, and also take the lessons from that season so that you can be able to progress. So before I tell you what these seasons are, this is the first time you're watching my videos, ama you've been watching my videos na mpaka saizi bado hujasubscribe. Kama kawaida, kama ilivyo desturi, tutakupea sekunde 5, uguze hapo kumeandikwa subscribe so that we can continue the lesson. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you for subscribing. Now, the first season I want us to talk about is the season where nothing happens. In this season, nothing will work in your life. Career-wise, nothing will work. Utakuwa unafutwa job, ama utakuwa unatafuta job au party. Kama uko kwa biashara itakuwa chini for reasons you cannot understand. If it's your marriage or your relationship, vitu zitakuwa zinaenda mbaya, mnakosana, amuelewani home, amuelewani na demu yako, amuelewani na boyfriend yako. If you're single, nobody looks like they're interested in you, na hata wenye wanakuja kwako wanakuja tu siku mbili wanaboeka na wewe. Financially you'll be down, you'll always be broke, loans zitajazana kila mahali, every idea you come up with unapoteza pesa, like nothing. Spiritually you'll be feeling empty, hata ufeel kwenda church au feel kuomba unasikia tu umechoka tu saa zote. Like in this season nothing will happen, nothing will work in this season. Now it's very easy for you in this season kubelieve umerogwa, ama kubelieve kuna mtu ameiba nyota yako, ama kubelieve hauna nyota, because when you look around, kila mtu mwingine maisha yake inakanika inaendelea vizuri, but wewe yako nothing is happening. And this is a season where many people give up. This is a season where many people commit suicide. This is a season where many people start looking for shortcuts, na baadaye hizo shortcuts zinakuja kukucost. So in this season, you're in this season for a reason. And the reason why nothing is happening in this season is because you do not really understand who you are. You do not understand what your purpose is, what you're supposed to be doing, the path that you're supposed to be on. You do not understand your values. You don't understand your priorities. You don't have your goals correct. So, uko tu hapo in a state of confusion. You are lost and you don't know what to do. And for that reason, nothing ever happens in your life. But this is the season where you're supposed to find yourself. Understand who you are, what your goals are, what your purpose is, what path you're supposed to go, to move on, what's your vision, what are you supposed to be doing with your life. Hizi vitu zote hii season inakuanga ndio kuje uweze kujielewa. Okay? So if you're in a season where nothing is happening, this is the best time to find yourself. And if you don't know how to do it, you can come, we can do a reading, we figure out who you are, we have conversations and help you, give you some clarity so that you can be able to navigate this season, because it's a very important season in your life. The second season I want us to talk about is the season of warfare. Kwa hii season utapigwa vita kutoka kwa kila kona. Marafiki, maadui, your colleagues, your family, your own wife, your own husband, your own children. Utakuwa tu na vita tu zinatoka kila kona. Spiritual battles, emotional battles, all sorts of battles from every corner. Hii season utakuwa unapigwa kila mahali. Kwa biashara unapigwa, kwa familia unapigwa, kwa marafiki wanakunyorosha. This is where the most betrayal will happen. This is when people will stab you in the back. This is where people who you really had high hopes in, watu ulikuwa umerespect, watu ulikuwa unategemea sana, watakudisappoint in this season. This is a season where you will get the most battles in your life. And in this season utaanza kufeel ni kama watu wanakuchukia, ni kama the world is against you, ni kama shetani amekuamulia, and it's also very easy kuamini umerogwa ama nyota yako imeibiwa ama nini, because everywhere you turn kuna vita, kuna mtu anakupiga tu vita, watu wengine hata hujua anakuuliza nini. Hizi vita kuna za kiroho, hata kuomba inakuwa ni ngumu, ukiomba unasikia hata sasa ni kama ndio mambo inaharibika zaidi. But this season is supposed to transform you into a warrior. This is a season that's supposed to teach you what battles are you supposed to fight. What battles are you supposed to live to God? Who do you need in these battles? Which friends will stand by you in these battles? Which battles are not important? Juu kuna vita zingine ufai kupigana, unaangalia tu unaziondokea. Kuna vita zingine ni wewe ujipiganie. Kuna vita zingine ni Mungu akupiganie. Pia it's gonna teach you how to choose your battles wisely. Because sometimes tunajiexhaust na vita zingine zenye hazitusaidii. Vita zingine zenye ulikuwa unafaa walk away from, unajipata wewe unaendelea tu kupigana, not knowing that some battles are not worth your energy. Na battles zingine ni za kukuderail tu, ni distractions tu. So you're fighting nobodies you shouldn't be fighting. So kwa hii season ukipata unapigwa vita hivi sana, this season is supposed to teach you, number one, the battles that you're supposed to fight, the battles that you're supposed to live to God, how to choose your battles wisely, and what is important to you, so that ukiendelea uko mbele, because as your star shines brighter, utapigwa vita mingi uko mbele, vita utakutana nayo. That's why this season is supposed to harden you. Na kuna vita zingine utakutana nazo uko mbele zenye ufai hata kushinda ukipigana. Ni kama venye unapatanga you're doing something nice, but kuna watu uko hivyo nje wanaongea ujinga. Like me, I'm trying here to create my videos and there's somebody here talking nonsense. Like now I know, because I've been through that season of warfare, I know small battles like those, kuna zile battles una ignore. But if in the season of warfare ulipotea ama you gave up, you do not learn these vital lessons. So kama uko kwa season ya warfare, jua kuna kufunzwa unafunzwa, kuna training unapewa, na kuna hardening yenye ina happen. So don't run away from your season. Just know the battles that you're supposed to be fighting. Choose your battles wisely. Know the battles you're supposed to live to God. Know the people you're supposed to be fighting alongside, and the people who you cannot tegemea whenever you're in this kind of wars. Because uko mbele utakutana na vita zingine kubwa zaidi hata kuliko zenye unapigana nazo saizi. So hizi vita zinakuprepare for zile vita kubwa uko mbele zitakuja. The third season I want us to talk about is the season of reflection and learning. This is the season where unakaa chini hivi unajiita kama mkutano. You look for a peaceful place, you meditate, you lock yourself in a place where you can be able to reflect on your life. Unaangalia life yako from where you started to where you are. Unaangalia ni progress gani umemake, mistakes gani umemake, lessons gani umelearn, what have you gained, what have you lost. This is a season for reflection and learning. What can you learn from the mistakes that you've made? What can you learn from the wins that you've made? This is where now you go into the 40s. You reflect on your past. You know where you came from, some of the blockages you picked up in your childhood, some of the generational curses or generational trauma that you may have picked up. Zile places umekuwa, those experiences you've been through, how many of those experiences have broken you? Ni lessons gani umelearn kutoka kwa hizo experiences? What are some of the blockages that you've picked up along the way? What are some of the battles you fought along the way? You reflect on your past and you make peace with it. Then you look into yourself. What are your priorities? What are your values? What are your desires? How are your emotions? Sasa una reflect on yourself, unaweza kujiunderstand vizuri na kwa undani. Okay? And then you go and reflect on what is your purpose. Why are you in this world? Ulikuja kwa hii dunia kufanya nini? This is a season now to find those answers. And then you know your path. What path are you supposed to be walking on that will lead you to your destiny? So the season for reflection ni yako ya kujiita kama mkutano. You look at your life, your past, yourself, your purpose, your path, kila kitu unaiangalia. You see the lessons you've learned, both the good and the bad, and sasa unajipanga vizuri, you move forward. So the season for reflection is very, very important, especially after you've been through the season of nothingness and the season of warfare. Hiyo ilikuwa season number 3. Season number 4 is a season for making sacrifices. There are battles you'll not win until you make sacrifices. There is success you won't experience until you make sacrifices. There are riches you'll not get until you make sacrifices. There are battles you'll not win until you make sacrifices. So this is the season for making sacrifices for the things that you want. Sacrifice inaweza kuwa in terms of skill, inaweza kuwa in terms of money, inaweza kuwa in terms of time. Sometimes sacrifice means moving away from where you are, detaching yourself from your family, from your relationship, like from the things that you love, from the pleasures that you enjoy. Sacrifice means you have to give up something to gain something that you want. And this is usually a very, very tough season. Because sometimes the things that you're supposed to be sacrificing are things that are very dear to you, are things that you've already been used to, but now you have to give them up for you to get what you want. Okay? Sacrifice, the season of sacrifice inakuanga ikikufunza how to move away from your attachments, how to move away from your addictions, how to know the value of something because you are paying the price. That is why you have to undergo the season of sacrifice. Because until you learn how to sacrifice, there are levels you'll never get to. So this is a very important season. It may be painful. Sometimes you'll feel like you're losing stuff. Sometimes you'll feel like you're giving up on people, you're giving up on dreams, and you're giving up on things that you love. But there's sacrifices that have to be made if you want to get into the next phase. And the next phase or the next season we're going to talk about is the season of blessings. Sasa hapa ni penye milango zinaanza kufunguka. Kale kajob ulikuwa na apply kana come through. Kale kadili ulikuwa na hope kana come through. Relationship wise mambo inaanza kukaa poa. Pesa zinaanza kukutafuta zikupotelei sana. Health wise you're okay. You look around you, things are working. You've moved from nothingness. You've moved from warfare. You've moved from sacrifices. Now you are enjoying the fruits of your labor. This is that part of the journey that you've been praying for. Those things that you've been hoping, those things that were prayer items, sizes inakuwa reality. Now at this point, you are living the dream. And in this stage, you're supposed to learn the power of gratitude. Zile vitu ulikuwa unaomba zimekam, be thankful. Zile milango ulikuwa unaomba zishafunguka, be grateful. And how do you show gratitude? You show gratitude by number 1, being thankful. Like, it has happened. I'm grateful. I'm thankful. And also making the best of what you've got. Because sometimes tunaombeanga vitu alafu tena tuna complain. Mpaka by the time hiyo baraka, hiyo maombi inajibiwa, you've complained so much you don't even realize when that blessing has already happened. Ama when it comes, you do not even appreciate because you're still complaining, you're still comparing yourself with other people. So mpaka hata sasa umebarikiwa hauoni. So this is that season to teach you how to count your blessings, how to acknowledge your blessings, how to receive your blessings, how to enjoy your blessings. And that is why you go through this season of blessings. The last season I want us to talk about is the season for elevation. Sasa ushabarikiwa. Sasa ni kwenda next level. From one glory to a higher glory. Hapa sasa ndio unaenda zile ma levels hata wewe mwenyewe au unaamini unaweza fika level kama hiyo. Like things are happening, you're getting yourself in spaces mpaka wewe mwenyewe unashangaa, what did I do to deserve this? What you did is that you made sacrifices, you made good reflections, you made good sacrifices, you took in your blessings with gratitude. Now that's why elevation is happening in your life. Vitu sasa zinasonga kusonga. You are living a life you never even imagined. Yani hii imepita mpaka baraka sasa. You thought blessings is all you wanted. Unaona hata hapo ulikuwa una think small. And this is where everybody wants to get. But many of us do not understand that we are going through seasons. So kama saizi mambo imekukalia, kama saizi manze kuna vitu unafeel unafaa kusacrifice, kama saizi kuna blessings una take for granted, wewe jua you are in a season. Understand the season that you're in. Wacha kuteta kusema nimeibia nyota, oh, mimi I'll never trust. Na kama ujielewi, kuja tufanye reading, kuja tuangalie, make that sacrifice, kuja uone uko kwa season gani. Hiyo season unafaa kulearn aje, unafaa kuinavigate aje, unafaa kuitoka aje. And I can assure you, once you go through your seasons in the way you're supposed to be going through them, once you understand the reason for that season, once you take up the lessons that you're supposed to learn in that season, once you do the things you're supposed to do in that season, I can assure you, nyota yako itashine, mambo yako itaenda poa, baraka zitakam, na utakuwa elevated to levels you never thought you'd get to. So that's it for today. I'll see you in the next lesson.